Something big is happening in the world of robots, not just another smart gadget or talking machine. This is something way more powerful. It's a new kind of humanoid robot that can think, move, and even learn, just like a real person. And it's not being built by China or the US military. This breakthrough is coming from a company in Norway, and it's starting to make some of the biggest names in politics and tech feel nervous. The company is called 1X Technologies, and their robot is named Neo. But Neo isn't your average robot. It doesn't just walk around or follow instructions like a toy. This robot can clean your house, carry things, understand your voice, and even read your emotions. Yeah, it knows if you're sad, happy, or angry, and it reacts to that in a natural way. Now here's the real shocker. Neo doesn't just follow code. It learns on its own. It doesn't need someone to program every step or tell it exactly what to do. It watches, thinks, and figures things out, just like humans do. This is called general AI, and very few machines in the world are this advanced. And guess who believes in it? OpenAI, the same company behind ChatGPT. They didn't just praise Neo, they actually invested in it. That means they think Neo is the real deal, the next step in merging artificial intelligence with real-world action. For years, we've seen robots being built in places like China. Strong, fast, and cheap. But what makes Neo different is its brain. Chinese robots are machines. Neo is like a partner. It can walk through your house, talk to you in plain language, climb stairs, avoid walls, and even help with dinner. But here's where it gets even more serious. Neo is already being tested to replace humans in real jobs. Think about it. Factories, warehouses, delivery work, even helping the elderly at home. Neo doesn't get tired. It doesn't need sleep. It doesn't get paid. And it keeps getting smarter every day. For many workers, that's scary. And for politicians, even scarier. Because what happens when machines do everything humans can, but faster and cheaper? We're not talking about science fiction anymore. Neo is real. It walks, talks, thinks. And it's already being prepared to enter offices, hospitals, hotels, and homes. That's why so many leaders are paying close attention. And some are even worried. Not just a tool, a new kind of worker. Let's get one thing clear. Neo is not here to just help. It's here to work. In many places around the world, companies are already testing Neo in jobs that were once done only by people. For example, in warehouses, Neo can sort packages, move boxes, and scan barcodes without ever needing a lunch break. In homes, it can set the table, clean floors, and even remind people to take their medicine. But that's not all. Neo is also being trained to work in hotels, where it might one day carry your luggage, open the door, or politely greet you in your own language. It doesn't just do tasks, it tries to understand how to be socially polite too. That's something even many human workers struggle with. And here's where things start to feel like something out of a movie. Neo can actually talk back, not in a robotic voice, but in natural conversation. It listens, answers, and learns from the way people speak. If you're angry, it stays calm. If you're sad, it can try to cheer you up. This isn't just a machine following commands. It's a machine that understands the moment. That's why many experts say Neo is more than just a robot. It's a digital mind with a physical body. A robot that keeps getting smarter. Most robots in the past were like very smart calculators. They could only do what they were told. If something changed, like a chair blocking the way, they would stop working. But Neo is different. It uses cameras, microphones, and pressure sensors to understand the world around it. And instead of stopping when something unexpected happens, it can figure out a new way, just like a human would. So if the stairs are blocked, it finds another route. If the task is new, it learns how to do it. It doesn't need new code every time. That's what makes it so powerful. Every action Neo takes is stored, analyzed, and improved by AI. That means Neo is learning all the time, even when it's just walking or picking something up. And the more it learns, the more it becomes independent. This ability to learn by experience is what scares some people the most. Because what happens when machines start to learn faster than we do? Replacing humans or living with them? That's the big question. Is Neo here to replace us? Or will it become something that lives and works alongside us? Right now, experts say that robots like Neo could replace up to 30% of low-wage jobs in the next few years. Delivery drivers, hotel staff, security guards, even nurses' assistants. Jobs that are routine, tiring, or dangerous. Neo is perfect for those. And for businesses, it's a dream. Neo doesn't take vacations, doesn't get sick, and never asks for a raise. It works 24/7 without any complaints. But for workers, it's a challenge. Because when machines can do the job better, cheaper, and faster, what happens to the people? The big question, what's next? Let's imagine the future for a second. You walk into a hospital. A robot greets you at the front desk, helps you sign in, and shows you to your room. Another robot checks your health, brings you water, and reminds you when it's time for medicine. This isn't science fiction anymore. 1X Technologies is already testing Neo for healthcare. It can help the elderly, support people with disabilities, and even talk to patients to keep them company. It doesn't just help physically, it helps emotionally too. It can have conversations, tell stories, play music, or simply listen. For lonely people, that kind of presence can mean everything. And here's something even more surprising. Neo may one day be available for rent. Just like renting a car or ordering food delivery, you could rent a robot for a week, a day, or even a few hours. Whether it's for a party, for help at work, or to assist a loved one, it could soon be as normal as using a smartphone. But as exciting as this sounds, there's also a deep and serious conversation happening behind the scenes. More than just metal and wires. The moment robots like Neo start acting, speaking, and learning like real people, we have to ask ourselves, are they still just machines? Neo doesn't just listen to commands. It can ask questions, solve problems, and even change its behavior depending on how someone feels. If it makes a mistake, it learns and tries again. If a task seems confusing, it figures out a better way. It's not just doing what it's told, it's thinking in its own way. So here's the tough part. If a machine shows intelligence, emotions, and decision-making, should we treat it like just a gadget or something more? These are the kinds of questions that scientists, politicians, and even regular people are starting to ask. Why US politicians are getting nervous. Politicians in the US, and in other countries too, are paying close attention to robots like Neo. Why? Because this changes everything. If companies start using robots to replace human workers, there could be massive changes in the economy. Millions of people might lose their jobs. Big companies could make even more money by saving on labor, and governments will have to figure out how to protect people and create new kinds of work. Also, there's the issue of power. The country that builds the smartest, fastest, and most useful robots could control a large part of the future economy. That's why China is moving fast too. Companies like Xiaomi, Unitree, and Fourier Intelligence are already making cheap, powerful robots at large scale. These machines aren't as emotionally intelligent as Neo, but they're built for speed and mass production. So now the race is on. Now will it be China's army of low-cost machines? Or will it be 1X Technology's smarter, AI-driven humanoids? Only time will tell. The start of a new era. Here's what we know for sure. The robot called Neo is not just a tech product, it's a sign of something much bigger. We're entering a time when machines don't just exist in factories. They will live in our homes, care for our families, and walk beside us at work. And the line between humans and machines is starting to fade. Just like smartphones changed how we live, AI robots will change what it means to live. And that brings us to the most important question of all. Are we ready? Because the future isn't coming. It's already here, and it might be standing right next to you in the shape of a robot that looks, moves, and thinks like us. Maybe even better. If this robot amazed you, imagine what's coming next. Hit subscribe so you don't miss the future that's unfolding right now. Because the age of smart machines has just begun, and trust me, you'll want to see what happens next.